In Greece, in the last 50 years, we have at least 500 heresies from Eastern mysticism and hundreds of heretical Protestant denominations that went into Greece. Pentecostals, Presbyterians, they're all there. So a young man became Pentecostal. I guess one friend in college approached him.
Was he he was Orthodox originally?
Greek Orthodox, yes. 99% of the Greeks are Greek Orthodox. But he became Pentecostal and he began to go to the Pentecostal church. His cousin was a prophetess. She would do prophetic utterances and they would speak in tongues and, spin, all those things. And at some point when his cousin was speaking prophecy, he felt extreme unrest in his soul, in his heart. He felt like he was going to throw up. So he knew this was not from the Spirit of God. And see how God worked. When God sees that someone is ready. So this person, although he has a high position in that so-called church, he runs to Mount Athos and goes to the monastery of Grigoriou and asks the abbot, please, you need to give me Holy Communion. I don't feel good. Why? He says, well, I'm with the Pentecostals and I don't feel well. I think something is really bothering my soul. I'm being attacked and I need Holy Communion. He says, I cannot give you Holy Communion. Not only that, you'll never have Holy Communion until you're rechrismated. Not only that, you need to sign a confession of faith that you are Orthodox and that you anathematize the Pentecostal delusion. He says, I'm not going to do that. But he says, no, just give me Holy Communion. Well, we're not going to do that either. So he stayed there for 24 hours, but he's getting worse. And he did not want to sign. So the abbot at the time got all the monks and an ascetic who was very holy to do the Jesus prayer for this young man all night long. And the next day, after the divine liturgy, he says, I will sign. I'm going to become Orthodox again. They read exorcisms to him. So that's what happens when we leave the church. We become open to all kinds of spirits. Because St. John says there are many spirits out there and we need to discern the spirits. Another person.
Sorry, a baptism.
The
Protestant,
outside
the Protestant's baptism is not a baptism.
Okay, if you don't have priesthood, you don't have any sacraments. Exactly. Period. Okay. No priesthood, no sacraments. Period. Another person, 25 years old, he was in the Greek army, an officer. By the time he was 12, he was practicing yoga and Eastern mysticism. And he progressed so much with rituals and everything else that at the age of 25, I think, he was at the state of a yogi, like a master. He had the ability to tell spirits to come, and they would come. And they were not able to harm him. He would keep them at bay. He had that kind of power. And after the devil gave him enough pride to swell him up, then the devil himself comes in a dark, frozen cloud and begins to pressure his entire body. And at that moment, he was ready to suffocate. He couldn't deal with this spirit. He could deal with the other demonic spirits, but not the leader, not the devil. And at that moment, cried out, Christ, save me. And instantly that cloud dispersed. And he heard the sweetest voice, go to Mount Athos, and they'll tell you what to do. He went to the same monastery, and they did the same thing to him. He confessed. He was given a rule of prayer, and now he had a problem. He had converted 300 Orthodox to Eastern mysticism, and he had to once again learn the faith, pray for months, and then he had to go and change back his wife and all these 300 people that he got away from the church. This is the power of repentance, and this is exactly what happens when we go to truly Orthodox places. Then the grace of God becomes very visible. Here, we are confused because most of our Orthodox are no different than the Protestants. or the Catholics. So the demons don't bother us that much here. They already have us by one passion or the other. But the devil is threatened by the true faith and by the holy ones of God.
Litrute